If you ain't trying to get a bag, then dip. Cause see, I ain't got time for a wimp. I want a real who gon' stick with me. I want some real who gon' pimp with me. If you ain't trying to get a bag, then dip. Cause see, I ain't got time for a wimp. I want a real who gon' stick with me. I want some.
What's up, you guys? Good morning, everybody. Why am I like off centered? It is January 1st, 2023. It's the new year, you guys. Oh my god, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl IamBreeZe Branding. If you're new here, hello, join the gang. What it do, what it does. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you know every time I post another video. But anyway, y'all, look at my hair. It's new year and I look like tired, because I am, but it's 2023. I'm up. I just got through listening to Sarah Jakes, preparing for 2023. I am currently writing down my new habits. Well, I wrote these down yesterday with the things that I wanted to implement into my regular like routine and life and habits and stuff for this year. I wrote it yesterday, but now I'm putting dates to it, and I just want to get more serious about making myself the brand, making me the bag. Okay, period. And so like that includes me, you know, being more consistent with my YouTube channel, with my content. I do want to start working out more, and some of y'all may or may not know, but I do have a niece. She is 6. She's 6. She'll be 7 this upcoming year. She's 6, and her and my older sister stay in Texas now. And because I don't know if the video that I did tell y'all they was in Texas, I don't think it's up yet, and it won't be up until a certain time. But yeah, my sister and my niece stay in Texas now, which is about a 9-hour drive from Memphis. So we don't get to see them like that often. But my niece loves to call me and she loves to talk my ear off. And with my life being so hectic, I just want to make sure I make time for her and be the best TT in the whole wide world, because that's my baby, y'all. Like, when I say that's my baby, like when she was a itty bitty baby, for real, hand baby, like I was obsessed. Like, I would come steal her over in the night from out of my sister's room, because my sister, when she first had my niece, she stayed at home with us. And I would come steal her out of her little crib, her little bassinet, and she would just sleep with me, and I would just take her like she was my little baby doll. I had her all to myself. I didn't like to share. Don't touch my baby, don't hold my baby, don't. When my sister would take her somewhere, I'd be mad and upset till they got back, because give her back. So she's very much my child too. And y'all know how I feel. Like, well, y'all probably don't know, but I'm 22. For those of you who are new and don't know, I'm 22. I'm a Scorpio, birthday in November, so I'll be 23 this upcoming year. And when I was like, okay, let me give y'all a little backstory. It's probably gonna sound weird, but when I was probably about like 16, that's when I started thinking about, okay, am I gonna have kids or not? And I'm gonna tell y'all why. Don't jump down a nigga throat. I mean, can you say that on YouTube? Don't jump down my throat. I'm gonna have to bleep that out, because I don't know if you could say that. I don't know. People say what they want to say, but I don't want to get in trouble, because, you know, you're trying to get monetized. But what I was about to say, oh my god, ADHD is kicking in. 5 hours later. Okay, I was saying, yeah, kids. So I started thinking about whether I was gonna have kids at about like 16, just because when I was about 11 to 12, I dealt with very, 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 very bad and heavy cycles. If y'all don't want to hear this, go ahead, disclaimer, get out of the way. You can skip through. I'm gonna learn how to do the little time things so that y'all know what part of the video to skip to. If y'all don't want to hear certain stuff, I gotta figure out how to do this on YouTube, because I don't know. But I had very bad and heavy cycles, and the only way to stop them at that point was a hysterectomy. Like, birth control wasn't working. I have tried over like 15 to 20 different brands of birth control pills. I hadn't yet. I think I didn't want to get the thing in my arm. I had heard so many horror stories. I was scared. So all we had was the pill, and then I don't think I could get on Depo till I was like 16, or my doctor recommended that I wait. So when I did get on Depo when I was 16, I think about 15, 16 is when I got on the Depo shot. And what happened after that? I don't know. It didn't work for about a year or two. It didn't work. Like, I just was bleeding all the fucking time. Like, I was literally about to die. I had to have blood transfusions, all kind of stuff. Like, it just wouldn't stop. And they couldn't diagnose me. They didn't know what was wrong. And my dad was just like, well, and like, I begged her. I'm like, I'm crying to the point where like, I just don't want to leave no more, because I'm like drained. Like, I couldn't, trigger warning, you know, me talking about didn't want to leave no more. Sorry about the guys, but like literally that's how I felt. Like, because it was so hard to just be existing then through that sickness. Like, it feels like you're dying. Losing all that blood, it literally feels like you're dying. My heart rate was super slow. My words would slur. I would be dizzy every time I got up. I'm freezing cold all the time because I'm anemic. Like, everything was bothersome. Light, noise, sound. Don't touch me. Don't talk to me. Don't look at me. Like, I just didn't want to be here. And it was very miserable, especially when it first started happening. I was scared because I was still a kid. You know, I was very much scared at 11 to 12, being in hospitals, getting poked and prodded, all this testing, having to get blood because I can't eat, I can't sit up, I can't squeeze my hand, I can't, you know, things like that. And yeah, when I was about 16, and I had been on Depo for about a year or so, and I was like, it's not working. Like, nothing is working. At that point, that was my first year on Depo, full year, when I hit 16, because I started like 15. So I was on Depo for a year, and it did not work for me. I was still bleeding sporadically. Like, literally had to walk around with a pad on every single day because I just never knew. You know, so like, it would stop for 2 days, come back light, or it would stop for a day and spot, or it would stop for 3 days and come back super hard to where I can't get out of bed. Like, it was a lot. And she was like, well, the only thing that I know, like, I'm crying to her, begging her, because she had been with me, mind y'all, my OB, Dr. Shepherd, in Memphis, Tennessee. Shouts out to her. She's an amazing black woman, OBGYN for youth and minors. But I had been with her since I was about 11 years old. She came to see me when I was at LeBarner, and so I kind of like grew up with her, because I was in the hospital, in the doctor's office, like 3 times a freaking week, trying to figure out what's wrong with me, especially that first year. So we bonded. And Maui, if you don't get out my window, y'all, my dog stay in my window, and he done messed up my blinds already. Maui, who told you to get in the window? You know you're not supposed to be in the window. You just hard head. Oh, he turned around, y'all, and looked back out the window. Oh, I'll knock you out. You bad. Anywho, I was with Dr. Shepherd for a very long time, and I'm begging, I'm crying. I'm like, is there anything you can do? And she recommended a hysterectomy. For those of you who don't know, I can't tell y'all exactly what it is, because I'm not a doctor. I don't remember. I could look it up for you so that I'm accurate. But I know whatever. I don't know what they take out, or what they cut, or what they tie. I don't know if it's like tying your tooth or what, but I'm finna tell y'all exactly what they do. A hysterectomy is a surgical procedure to remove the womb uterus. So it takes out your entire uterus. You'll no longer be able to get pregnant after operation. If you have not already gone through menopause, you'll no longer have periods, regardless of your age. It's more common for women 40 to 50. So with me being 16, I had such a severe case that people that like she was able to not recommend, but that was the one thing that she could tell me, that that's the only thing that could stop it, and that they would perform it if that is what me and my parents consented on, because of course I was a minor, and that's drastic. But my case was so severe. Normally they would not recommend this. Like, you would have had to have had kids or gone through menopause, stuff like that. But my case was just so bad, and nobody could figure it out. So I was like, I don't want that, because I'm a kid myself. But that's what got me started thinking, do I want kids? And so of course I decided not to do it then. So I just kind of, I started thinking about kids, and I was like, well, I guess like when I'm about 23, like literally I had started to plan out my life when I'm 23. This is when I was 16. I was like, all right, well, when I'm 23, I'll have a kid. Like, even if I don't got no man, I'm going to go ahead and figure out like a sperm thing or something and have me a baby so that I can get this surgery done and live the rest of my life comfortably, because I was so miserable. And it continued until I was about 18. When I was about 18, 19, that's when my depot started to regulate a little bit for me. And like I could kind of gauge my cycles. And like now I'm to the point where over the last 2 years, I'm 22. So since I was about 20, I haven't had a cycle at all on my depot shot. Which I am very much thankful for, because... And my whole thing with like depot, y'all, it is very scary because it's very much scary because I hear a lot of horror stories. Like, for a lot of people, being on birth control is not beneficial. But in my case, it's kind of what's keeping me alive, to be quite honest. Like, if I stop taking it, like if I like my depot scheduled date is on January the 5th, and if I miss and say, okay, let's do January the 8th, I could possibly be having a full-blown cycle just in that amount of time. Like, it would have literally left my system that quick. Like, I can't miss a beat. And then once, because it's happened before where I like missed whatever that scheduled date was. Not that it was past your depot time frame, because I think you have like a week or something when you're within when you're supposed to get your depot again, but not within that time frame. Just say that I'm like, okay, instead of doing it at the beginning of the time frame, do it at the end. And if I'm just off too much, like, I'll start a cycle and it'll take probably about a month for it to stop. Even after I've gotten the depot, it'll take about a month for it to stop. So it's kind of necessary for me. So it's irritating. But I did start thinking about kids when I was very young, and said that I wanted to have me one by 23, which is crazy because I'm about to be 23 this year and I'm not prepared for any children. I don't want any children right now. I am literally just beginning my life. I was about to say I don't know what I was thinking at 16 till I have the kid at 23, but I know what I was thinking. I was like, well, I'm 16 now, I'll be grown in. And of course my situation, like, I need to do this, but thankfully my depot has regulated, and I don't have to deal with any cycles. So I'm just rolling with the punches right now because I don't want any kids right now, and I honestly don't know if I want kids at all now. Just dealing with, you know, the men that I've dealt with, not that they have like drastically affected whether I want kids or not. Like, of course I'll always want something that is biologically mine, but I don't know if that want is stronger than me not wanting that. Oh, this is gonna sound kind of bad. Like, I feel like it sounds bad coming from a woman, but I don't at the same time, because I think that's the society's mindset putting in my mind that it's bad coming from a woman. But I don't want to worry. Like, and I'll say it taught me a lot. Like, my niece, like, I can't say that I've had worry for her, concern like that. I mean, like, I get instincts. I guess you could say motherly instincts or whatever, nurturing instincts. Like, okay, if she's sick or if she hurt herself, yes, my feelings are very much hurt, or, you know what I'm saying? But she's such a baby, like, I didn't have to, like, I think the most concern was when I have her was like when her and my sister got stuck out of town during like a snowstorm or something like that. I think that's probably the most concerned I've been. Because she has a great mother. Like, it's, you know what I'm saying? It's not too much I got to concern about. But believe I'm a shake by my niece. Point blank, period. About my child. Okay? And I cannot, just that alone, I can only imagine it's even more heightened when it's your child. You know, not that I would treat my niece or my children any different, but you know what I'm trying to say. But another thing that taught me, so my sister had a dog. She gave me her dog when she moved to Texas, so I have a dog now. And it's very much more like being a mother than it is being an aunt. Because, like, I'm literally responsible for his life. Like, I gotta make sure he eats and drinks in the morning. I had to potty train him. I had to, you know, I'm having to teach him people skills. Don't bark at everybody just like you do your child, you know, or don't go up sniffing everybody. You can't speak to everybody. Don't sit in everybody's lap. Don't let everybody rub you. Like, same thing you have to teach your children, stranger danger, all that stuff. I'm having to do the same thing with my dog. And then, like, he, I guess, is in his teenage years or adolescent. Is adolescent, teenager? You know what I'm trying to say. Teenage years where, like, he like girls now. My dog like girls. He want a little girlfriend, and I had to tell him you can't be messing with the little hood rats on the block. Like, we don't get off like that. Then you're gonna come in the house with a dog STD, and I don't got time. We don't need that. And then, like, oh, don't run away, or if you do run away, so much out there that you're not prepared for. You could get hit by a car. Somebody could shoot you. Like, and that's the same. You know, all kind of stuff that could go on with an actual child. It's even more intense. And so just having a dog, like, literally, he's ran away before, and I be about to have a heart attack, like, literally panicking, like, where's my dog? I be about to bawl out in tears, like, where's my dog? Please come home. Like, because if somebody hurts you, I'm gonna lose my mind. Like, no. So I kind of don't want kids. I think I just want a niece, just the one I got. I could, if somebody want to give me another one, like, if y'all want to have babies for me, I will babysit the babies. For sure. But just know, I do have to think about poop. I really don't like to clean up poop. I don't like doing that. Like, even with my niece, if I ain't had no choice, I'm going to make sure the baby clean. I ain't going to do the baby dirty, but, like, I don't like to if I don't got to. Okay? And anybody who know me know how I feel about cleaning up poop. It's not a thing I like to do. Even with my dog, like, he know better. Like, even after he started getting potty trained, like, he would pee in the house a couple times by accident. But he know he better poop on that pad. And you can pee anywhere because I can mop it up. But if you poop and I had to pick that up, I'm going to knock you out. That's nasty. So, yeah. But anywho, back to my habits. And we got our way here. Because I got ADHD and I'm slow. But also because I was talking about doing Leah dates and TT dates with my baby. So I'm gonna tell y'all my schedules that I'm trying to implement. I really don't want to, because what if I'm off? But I don't need to be off, so I'm gonna put myself out there. So y'all know, if you're watching my YouTube channel, you know I got playlists on here. One of them is like my vlogs, which is Life with Her, my weekly vlogs. And then that's my first playlist. And my second one is The Entrepreneur Her. I'm that girl. So I've created schedules for those two things. So on every Friday, I'm going to try and upload a weekly vlog. And on the first Monday of every month, I'll upload an entrepreneur vlog. And I was like really debating, like, when do I post, you know, my entrepreneur vlog, things like that. Because I thought about doing it weekly, but I just have so much going on. So I'm going to try my best to, like, in my weekly vlogs, not include any business type of content, and all my business content will go in the entrepreneur video. Like, I'll just start a new video clip and collectively put all of them together, and they'll go up on the first Monday of every month, which I know January's first Monday is tomorrow, so y'all might get it. I'm trying to start now. Y'all might get it, because I know I got a lot of, like, videos in my phone, like entrepreneur videos on my phone, that I could put together for y'all. So, yeah, I'm going to try to do that. We're going to see. We're going to see. Because the one I've been working on, it's going to be so long, but that ain't for right now. I can't post that now. I got so much going on this year. I'm trying to be very strategic in when I schedule and put certain things out, because I want to leak information. So yeah, weekly vlogs every Friday, entrepreneur vlogs, or entrepreneur updates, I guess we'll say, will be the first Monday of every month. Also on my Mondays, I will be editing and scheduling all content. as well as I want to work out for at least an hour on Mondays and go live on all my social medias, because I do need to start going live. I don't really go live, so I'll be going live on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitch. I might include YouTube. I don't freaking know. But yeah, so my Mondays are pretty full days. It's gonna be editing, scheduling, lives on social medias, and workout. That's what my Mondays look like. Tuesdays are free. My Wednesdays is what I want to be my content days, once a week, and that's going to be capturing and planning. So I'm going to plan out as many content ideas or reels or TikToks or YouTube ideas or video ideas, write them out. And then I'm going to also capture content on Wednesdays, so pictures, making those TikToks and reels, things like that. So Wednesdays are full. Thursdays are also free for me. And then Fridays is going to be my weekly vlog uploads, as well as my TT dates with my niece. Yeah, and so Saturdays and Sundays I'm off. So Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, and Sundays are my like free days, which never is a free day because I'm gonna be filming content all the time, but without having to like do any work. And then of course I have my business where I have to handle those things on a regular day basis, as those clients come in. And then like for my Wednesday content days and my editing schedule days, like all of that pertains to my business as well as myself as an influencer. So yeah, but I'm super excited. I got the plan, I wrote it out. I want to get started because tomorrow is, like I said, the first Monday of this month, and I want to post an entrepreneur monthly video. So I'm going to see about that, like see what I want that to look, what videos could go in there. And then this Friday I want to try and post a weekly vlog. Like I want to do the work this week out for sure. So we're gonna see. We're gonna try and accomplish this, see what it looks like. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching my new year video, new habits and routines. Oh my god, it's 2023. I feel like this year is gonna be so prosperous. And I just can't wait to see the growth. So happy new year and welcome to new beginnings.
If you ain't tryna get a bag, then dip.